Okay, team, who'd like to go first question? Hopefully someone close to me. Hands up. I'm going to give the microphone to Mark Hinch.
Hi, Ian. Over here. Just the makeup of your bench, can you, a couple of little tweaks, I guess, to what we might have thought was your top group, and you've gone for Nepo at tight head. Is that a response to, I guess, to what's coming, the power in the second half from the box?
Yeah, it's certainly a response. It's not so much a response to the power, more the techniques that we think we're going to have to deal with. And Nepo is a very strong scrummager, very experienced, and he's trained so well. He's disappointed he probably didn't play the last two, but this is a great occasion for him. And alongside Samasoni, with the likes of Sammy Whitelock on the bench, really believe we've got a lot of confidence in that group coming off.
Sam, can you just talk through, obviously, big match, big occasion, just the balance between the head and the heart? We see you in the tunnel running out for the game, obviously ready to go. We heard earlier in the week about the heartfelt speeches. So just the balance of an occasion like this between passion and strategy and heart?
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes down to our preparation. I mean, earlier in the week, we've got a lot of experience in this squad, and it'd be silly not to tap into some of that, particularly for the younger guys. So that's all that was. We've been really clear, and we've built how we want to play as a team. So in terms of head and strategy, I think we're really clear and we're in a good place. And with that comes confidence, and that there'll certainly be a high level of emotion and intent to start the game, but there always is. And the boys, I think, we've played 2 finals, 2 knockouts, effectively more actually, in a row. So I trust that we're in a good spot there. Boys have done a lot of physical and mental prep, and although it's a final, it is another game where we just have to go out there and trust ourselves and trust ourselves to play good footy. So, it's a fine balance, but the team's in a good spot with it.
Hey Ian, I'm here. Aaron Smith will play his last game in an all-black jersey this weekend. How's he been this week, and what legacy do you think he's going to leave behind?
He's been good. He's preparing to play a World Cup final, and that takes 100% of your attention and care of preparation, and really, we know it's the last game for some pretty iconic players, but that could be the case in both teams, and quite frankly, we don't really sort of want to talk too much about that. I think there's time afterwards. Like right now, the occasion in front of us is so exciting, and we don't want to waste a day of that thinking about post-game. So he's prepared well, he's excited, needs a tap on the head sometimes when he gets too excited, but that just means he's in a good place.
Ian, there's been all sorts of rumours going around New Zealand around Richie Mo'unga's fitness. Can you just confirm that? And also, how important will he be going up against Pye this Saturday night?
Confirm what? Is serious injury?
That he's good to go.
Yeah, no, I read that. I was very interested because I hadn't heard it from my own medical staff, so I don't know where that come from. So he's good.
And just on the battle against Pye, or how important the 10s are going to be on Saturday
night?
Oh,
look, 10s are key in big games. They always are. But again, it's, we like to take the pressure off one person by the people in front of them doing a really good job, by our 9 giving great service and having great communication from the outside, and that's probably the key when you play South Africa. There's a lot of different pitches you see outside your 10, and so the comms that we get from outside that, and that's something that we've been working on. But he's Richie's in a great spot. He's leading the team well, and from that 10 jersey, and got a smile on his face and is uninjured.
Sam, you've real momentum now as a team, especially over the last 2 weeks. If you can reproduce the performance levels that you produced, particularly in that phenomenal win over Ireland a couple of weeks ago, will that be enough to win the World Cup, do you think?
No, I think we're going to have to be better, to be honest. And you said we've built momentum, but each week we're trying to get better, and we're going to have to be at our very best on Saturday night, defensively and attackingly, and attacking. So, that's our mindset. We're going to have to put out the best performance we have all year, and if we do that, then we'll give ourselves a good shot.
G'day, Ian. A question from Martin Devlin, who couldn't be here today, sorry, he's a bit unwell. You've long talked about how it's all about the team, and particularly this year, it's all about going out there and doing your best to go out there and win a World Cup. Despite everything that you've personally been through over the last year or so, are you at peace with where you guys are at right now? Are you happy with what you've achieved to this point and being in a position to go out there and win a Rugby World Cup?
Am I at peace? What do you reckon? Yeah, I'm reasonably peaceful. I think I love the word, but I'm not sure I'm feeling peaceful right now. We're where we want to be right now. We're excited by this, and I've been saying it for a while. We lost the first game to France. After that, everything became pretty important. But we've settled on this team has thrived on being in the now, focusing on what we're doing now. It's been something that we've loved doing. It's enabled us to deal with any particular noise outside or circumstance outside that may have affected this team, and I think it's a massive credit to Sam, our leaders, for that we've been able to stay in that place. And so we've woken up this week and we're in a World Cup final, and we're excited. And it's and right now we're trying to make sure we balance the control of the emotion of it versus dealing with all the messages we're getting from home, and even people in France have been massive, and I have to thank them for an awesome support that we've had from the local people too. But managing all that so that we can just go out, put a smile on our face and play our game, and that's what we're focusing on. We know there's two great teams out there, different styles. They're great at their style. We want to be great at ours.
Sam, just down in front here. I know it's not about one man, but how much do you play for your coach in this final? A coach who you've been through a lot with.
Might say those sort of things for post game, but to be honest, we've got so many reasons to want to play well, and one's not bigger than the other. But I think probably the biggest reason we want to play well is to make New Zealand proud. It's been truly overwhelming, the support, and just makes you feel so damn special and proud to be a Kiwi. And we want to go out there and do the ultimate job and make them happy. So that's probably our biggest driving factor. And below that, there's plenty of other little ones. But the best way, when Foz talks about bringing it back to the now, it's easy for your mind to drift to how they're going to feel, or what's this if we get the outcome we want. But you've really got to be disciplined and bring yourself back to what's important right in front of you, and worry about doing that. It's the process, I suppose.
First time I've become a little factor for a while too.
A big factor, I suppose. Have I just wasted my one question, Ian? Or was that a fairly decent?
That was a poor one. I'll give you one more crack.
Ian, I'm going to jump in before he goes. A lot of talk about the departing players. Sorry, just here.
Sorry.
One who won't get that chance, obviously, Dane Coles. How tough was the conversation with Dane to tell him that he won't have another game in the jersey?
Yeah, tough. And again, we want to elect to not talk too much about posts, but that was a tough one. Probably the toughest I've had as a coach.
How did he take it?
The way that I would have expected him to. he's a champion.
Good evening, Ian. It's Kanye Soya from News 24 Sport in South Africa. Just talk us through what you make of the Springboks' 7-1 bench split. With your team applying the 5-3 bench split, it comes across as method against madness, convention against, in inverted commas, experimentation. Something that they've tried twice, and clearly they've seen that it works.
Yeah, look, it's a tactic that's what I love about the game. You know, people play different ways, try different things, and they've got their way. They think that suits their strength, but it doesn't really change anything that we do, to be frank. It's, you know, we're going and preparing for our game the way we want to play it. So our strategy suits us, their strategy suits them, and makes it kind of interesting on Saturday night.
Ian, how confident are you that there are no scars from that game at Twickenham before this tournament, and what did you learn from it? Obviously, that was the first time they deployed the 7-1 split on the bench.
Well, we doubled up with their 7-1 split with just playing with 14 men and 13 men for quite a part of that game. So, you know, we tried that clever strategy and decided we didn't like it. So we're going to try a different one this week.
Hi Ian and Sam. It's fair to say that both of you copped a fair bit last year, and can you just explain to us who aren't as close to it what that was like and how you guys got through that with you and your family, and how proud you are now to be here in the World Cup final?
Well, I've just started to get my back nice and straight from last year, and now you're trying to make me hunched over again. It's a life in this business. It's a tough game. And it's a tough game when you're trying to get your performance right, and it's a tough game where people around you see things differently. But we've learned a lot about ourselves. Take massive pride in the jersey and making sure that we achieve the levels that we want to. And, you know, the rest of that's probably a conversation for another day. But like I keep pulling it back to the fact is that hasn't altered our vision of where we wanted this team to be. And I know we've probably surprised a few people, but I don't think we've surprised ourselves.
Ian, Jacques this morning described this occasion as probably the biggest one there'll ever be, certainly the biggest one he's ever going to be a part of. Would you agree with that? And just how would you describe the occasion that's in front of you?
Yeah, big. It's look, you know, well, that's what World Cup finals are about. I mean, I guess this is our second one that we've been to, and look, I don't think there's ever a small one, and I think that the fact is we've got two teams that have been the old foes for a long, long time, playing each other, and we all remember the last final that they had, and that was an epic. And I guess there's a hope that it'll be the same, you know. And then you do the maths, and you had 3 World Cups each, and someone's going to win 4. It's just a special occasion, isn't it? And you know, we've had a few recently. We had the 100th Test against them in 2021 over in Townsville, and so there have been a few big tests we've played against these guys, and look, massive regard for each other, you know, and I'm sure Jacques would say the same thing. Massive respect for them as a country, for how they play, and it kind of makes it's a pretty cool week to get ready for.
Just a question over here, Ian. We know the plans of all the guys that are departing, whether they're playing offshore or retiring. Have you made plans for the future? Are you just going to decompress after the tournament, or have you got ideas that you want to coach elsewhere? Can you give us an insight, please?
I've got lots of ideas, but first I'm going to go mow my lawns.
Sam, C. Khaleesi had some nice words.
I will be coaching though, by the way.
Sam, C. Khaleesi had some lovely words about you this morning, and he also spoke about the fact that he may have seen you in hospital a couple of years ago. Are you able to just tell us about that relationship that you've developed with him, and also what your opinion of him is as well?
Yeah, I haven't seen or heard, but it doesn't surprise me with Sia. He's an exceptional human. Our relationship goes back a wee way now. We sort of burst onto the international scene at similar times. Massive respect for coming to visit me in hospital too, even though I was pretty sort of drugged out at that stage, and my visitors, I've only got very faint memories of them, unfortunately. But I think Rassi came to the hospital as well, and Francois Lowe, so a few of those South African boys, and that's where there's so much respect on the field, but off the field for acts like that, and the interactions we have post game over a beer, which have been going back for as long as the rivalry's been there. So look, I think everyone knows he's an inspirational skipper. He's a big part of their team. I think when he speaks, he sort of demands respect, and that's just from without even seeing him in the environment. That's just through seeing how he speaks to the public. So, look forward to another battle with him. But yeah, a lot of the respect's mutual.
Sam, I don't know whether this is the time or the place for a technical question, but I'm sure you've enjoyed the way you've approached the breakdown over the course of this tournament. In a couple of seconds, teach us how to be so good at the breakdown where you soak up so much pressure without conceding penalties. How do you go about doing that?
In a couple of seconds.
He just guesses.
Yeah, it's look, it's a team thing, man. It's trusting your teammates. It's trusting yourself to make the right decision at the right time. But ultimately, it's knowing that if you're not 100% confident in the decision, that you're willing to back out and defend another phase, because you know your teammates are going to get back, get up on side, and go again and again and again. And there was no better example of that than at the end of the Irish game, where guys just kept showing up for each other no matter what the fatigue levels were. So moments like that build a lot of trust and confidence in each other, and I'm picking we're going to have to dig pretty deep into the well again on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thanks.